Welcome to First Gear. I'm your host, David Fedor. We're here today on a chilly Greensburg afternoon at Smail Motor Cars. We're going to review and test drive a Mercedes-Benz. Thing is, I'm not a car salesman, I'm not a car guy. What I like to do is just explore the cars, get in and push the buttons and check out the secret compartments. At the end of our test drive, we're going to ask our salesman if we have any questions to clarify some things. So let's go see what they have for us today. Anthony, good to see you, sir.
How's it going?
Doing well, doing well. What do we have today?
Today I have for you the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLS 450. It's got a bi-turbo V6 engine producing 362 horsepower, 384 pound-foot of torque. In 2017, Mercedes-Benz took our GL and added the S because now it is built on the same platform as our S-Class. It's our flagship, longest SUV that we make, luxury seating for 7.
Wow, awesome. Can't wait to try it. Go get a coat on. Let's do this. All right, before we jump in and take a look at the interior of the vehicle, let's do a once-over. We'll walk around and take a look at the exterior. We'll start here with the front end. Right away, it's such a striking, very attractive vehicle. It's a nice big SUV, so of course it has a nice big grille up front. And you can see here it has the two louvers, I believe they're called, coming on the side, and this illuminated star. So it actually has some LED lights in there. So when you turn on your car and turn on your headlights, that's going to be lit up. So as you're driving down the street, everybody's going to see you're driving that awesome Mercedes-Benz. On the top of the hood, we have the logo, the crest logo into the top. So that means it's more sporty. When it has just the star coming up, that's the more luxury. This is the more sporty. And it looks very sporty. You got these lines coming up the hood and this here with the ventilation. These lights are very impressive. We have some more grille and some cameras and sensors down here at the front to help you with your parking assist. These lights, I believe, this might be something that we have Anthony talk to us about. I believe those are the intelligent lights that, you know, go with you when you move in your car as you're driving and turn around, and we'll get more information about that. But let's work our way over here. Nice size vehicle. Very nice and big, seat 7, so there's a lot of room. Coming up the side, I like the combination of the silver and then the blue with the lunar blue metallic, it's called. So we have the silver running boards to help you get in and out of the side of the vehicle. Looks like we have the intelligent entry with the locking. So when you have your key fob with you, your smart key, and use your thumb, you can get in and out of the vehicle without taking the key out and unlocking it. So that's really neat. Very nice. It's very squared off, blocky back. It gives you more cargo space on the inside and things like that. We have the spoiler on the top. Windshield wiper on the back. And then again, more detail, more chrome down here. Gives it a nice look. This one even has a hitch on the back, so that's neat. Again, the combination of the blue and the chrome and the red, I'm just really digging it. Walking our way on the passenger side, you can see we have the gas access here on the passenger side of the vehicle as well. Some rails on the top here, so you could have some cargo up here if you needed or wanted. And also looks like a very large panoramic sunroof up here. So we'll check that out more inside. Let's jump in now. What do you say? Okay, let's check this out. Oh, wow, okay. Wow, that's a very big, very deep cabin. Before we get too far in there, let's work our way on the door, work our way in. We can see here, nice tan color. An extra padding here on the armrest with the stitching. We have your window controls and your mirror controls. Coming up here, we have nice wood trim with your seat controls and your lock and your handle. So this is electronic seat controls. And then if you could set your preference. We have 3 different settings for memory. So whenever you sit in the car, it'll remember how you like to sit. If you're long-legged and maybe a second driver is a little closer, you could sit and set that so that it'll be available to you. At the bottom, we're working our way down. Looks like we have the trunk release, and then looks like this, I believe, that looks like probably the windows. We'll try that once we get going. I believe the back windows open up, and you could push that to open that up. And then a compartment down here with speakers, and another speaker here on the door as well.
Harman and Kardon.
Yeah, Harman and Kardon. Some nice speakers. We're working our way into the vehicle then. Nice steering wheel, and it's everything's nicely positioned and high up for the steering wheel. The steering wheel itself on this model is a nice brown with everything at your thumb tips. We have your controls for your navigations and controls for your phones. We have the flipper paddles behind, so you could do some manual shifting in certain gears. Then of course your windshield wipers, and it looks like some lights on the left side, and then you have your gear shifter on the right side. So this is something that's in the Mercedes. It's on the column, kind of like the old ones used to be, but it's all electronic now. So there's nothing down here for the gear shifters. To the left of the steering wheel, we have some lights, parking brake, some ventilation up here. And then again, this is a very nice dash, very soft with the padded, and the stitching is very impressive. Working our way over across the front of the dashboard, we have your speedometer and odometer on each side, and then light up screen in the center that once we go and do our test drive will light up with all of our different information and our driving modes. Then coming across through here, we have some more of the wood panel accents with your engine start stop button placed under here. And I believe this is also, a electronically telescoping wheel. So we'll try that out once we get going. Working our way over, obviously we have the display screen in the center, vents with the controls here. Coming down here, we could see some of our push buttons, more phones and media on that side. CD player in the middle with your touch pad over here. And then across the middle here, it looks like we have heated seats. We have some other driving modes with anti-skid, with your hazard lights, things like that available to us here. Right here we have our ventilation, with our air conditioning and heating available. And then underneath we have a nice little compartment down here. You could place your phone possibly if you're driving. And then the secret compartment, another Mercedes-Benz, comes with a cigarette lighter, an ashtray, and of course the cup holders with the special retractable sizes, so you could keep different sizes of cups and bottles available for you. Making our way into the center of this center console, different driving modes and different driving options here. So that could be something we'd explore more about in our test drive. And then of course the wheel that controls, and the touch pad here that controls the screen, because this is always fun to So we have a nice center console, nice deep. Looks like we have an extra tray here that comes in and out. And there's a couple USB ports down there, so you could plug in your information. You could charge your phone, things like that. Take a look at these seats. Very nice soft leather, perforated of course, so that you could have your heated seats capable of warming you up. Nice stitching, and they hold you nice. They're nice bucket seats, so that's neat. Coming across here, across the front, we have the nice wood grain accents. We have the stitching and the ventilation over there. Nice big glove compartment. Looks like there's a little shelf up here too. So that's pretty neat. I like that. And it's, oh wow, that is soft. Brian, feel that.
That is soft.
That's the softest glove compartment that I've ever felt in my life. And that's saying something. Some of your lights, looks like some controls for your panoramic. Wow, okay. That's a big sunroof. That's a panoramic sunroof. So we have not only over the driver's side, or the driver's front, but also the second row as well. That's pretty impressive. And then of course up here we have controls on your rear view mirror. Those 3 buttons through the course of these videos I've learned are your programmable garage door openers or gate openers, things like that. We have the mirror and some information and emergency assistance buttons located up there. Another Seco compartment for sunglasses. It's that same soft feeling, that same soft interior like inside that glove compartment. So I would definitely put my glasses in there right now. And I know they're safe. But I'm gonna have to put them back on because otherwise I can't do the rest of this video. All right, let's go to the back seat. And by the back seat, I mean the second seat. There's so many back seats, so many second seats, so much in this car. It's awesome. Let's go. All right, let's take a look at this. Wow, there's a lot of room back here. All right, before we jump in, let's take a look at the door. Much more simple on this back door than the front one. We have the handle. We still have the nice wood finish accents, nice soft armrest, window controls, speaker, and then another compartment over here. Coming inside, nice soft leather seats. So those go up nicely for your headrests as well. Now I'm 6'3". I was sitting comfortably up there in the driver's side. Now I'm sitting comfortably back here. You can see I still have plenty of room, leg room in the back here. So you could have an extremely tall person driving with an extremely tall person sitting behind them and still being very comfortable. And what's neat, you can see here, the backs of the seats have these little cutout areas where it's even giving you extra knee room. So, whereas, you know, a plain little flat seat would still give me an inch of room, this opens it up. So I could even, that's pretty neat. And then we have the pocket on the back with the webbing, the elastic webbing. Inside here on the back of the center console, we have some more ventilation, which is always nice, so that the people in the back seat could also take advantage of the heat and the air conditioning. Nice little nice little tray here. Another little compartment here. And yet another tray at the bottom. And a 12-volt power input. So lots of functionality on the back here. And now let's see. Boom. We have a nice armrest and cup holder for the second row seating as well. So lots of nice features here in the back seats. We're gonna also point out here we have some latches for hooks for baby seats, for the car seats for the babies on the passenger and on the driver's side and on the passenger side back here as well. So that's nice. I'm going to put these headrests back down, and those just come down with an easy touch of a button, because I want to get into this third row seating now. Before that though, I want to take one more moment to admire the view. It's a nice autumn October day here in Western Pennsylvania. So the sky is nice and blue. It's a little chilly out, that's why I got my coat on. But I want to be able to take advantage of seeing this nice sky before it gets too cold and too wintry. And I could do that here in this vehicle because of this nice second row sunroof, part of that panoramic sunroof up there. That's pretty impressive. So we have the third row seating available as well. But what we want to do to get access to it, very simple. There's one button right up here on the other side of the headrest on each side of the vehicle. So all I need to do is push that, Look at that. It was one button and it completely folded the seats down and then picked the seats up and moved them so I could easily get into the third row seating. How crazy is that? That's amazing. And then I want to put it down and then put myself back here. And then I think the latch, there we go. So now that's all the way back. And I'm sitting back here. And again, 6'3", so my legs are up against the back of this second row seat. But it's pretty comfortable as far as third row seats go. Nice sized headrests back here. And I could sit comfortably. Now, usually third row seating, you got the smaller people, the family, the kids and stuff in the back seats. They'll be back here without any problem. A lot of room, comfortable seats, same leather with the trim. And it looks like it also has the built-in latches here as well for the baby seats. And then a nice sized, comfy armrest. There's one on each side with a cup holder as well. Speakers built into the side. I'm gonna put this down. Brian, did you see that when we put that down, that front row seat moved as well? That was pretty crazy. So not only does it pull this up and push that, but the front row seats also move for you so that you could get in and out. That's pretty great. There's also some lights back here above the third row. It has a little book, so it's a nice little reading light. All right. Actually, before we go all the way to the back, let us check out. We have these buttons here for the third row seating. We have an L and an R, and this actually electronically pulls these down. So all you have to do is push these, and it folds down your third row seating. So it can't be any easier than that. And those lay flat so that you could put any kind of cargo you want on here. All right, so now we have both down. And check out that cargo space. So we have a lot of room with both rows of seats down. It's quite impressive. And just by a touch of the buttons over here, you could also control to put them up and put them down for the third row. So you could see when we are up front, it had the controls, and also back here. So say you're loading this thing up with some groceries, or if you're loading some stuff up with your cargo and you're back here and you want to put the third row seats down, you don't have to worry about walking all the way back up to the front and using the controls. They're also here for you, as well as nice little basket, a mesh net there. Actually, there's one on each side to secure some things. And we have the latches. So you have some tethers here that you're able to tie down if you're going to be hauling some stuff. We have a nice tonneau cover that stretches here. So with the back top down, this will make all your stuff down here hidden. So if somebody's walking by, they can't see your thing. So if you're going somewhere and you want to put your bag or your purse or something, you don't have to worry about people seeing it. Looks like we have nice big spare in there, and another compartment here where all of the tools and all the spare parts are. Close. Use the force. All right, let's drive this thing. So you can see on the sides of each of the mirrors, we have a little triangle. When we're going a certain speed and under, that triangle will light up orange, letting us know that you're driving at a speed that oftentimes it thinks you're like in a parking lot or something like that, where you need to be aware of your surroundings, make sure that there's nothing close to you, so watch out for parked cars and things like that. It also lights up red as people pass you. So now coming up on our right side, we have a vehicle that's going to be passing us. in the passenger side in the right lane, you could see the red hazard light just went on. And did you hear that beep? Whenever I put my blinker on to try to turn lanes, it beeped to let me know that there's somebody in my blind spot. I might not be able to see them, but they're there. So that's an extra added feature that is amazing and very cool. All right, there's a couple other buttons here. Oh, I just pushed one. It says rising. All right, this is blinking, and now this is saying rising. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. So that's going to be something that we ask Anthony more about. As we're driving here, as I'm even revving and accelerating uphill, I can't hear too much from the outside. It's a very quiet cabin, very quiet ride. Of course, if we want to change that, we could open up that nice panoramic sunroof and take advantage of this nice weather here at the end of October. So this surround view camera is giving us a live picture of our surroundings. So it's actually showing us looking down from above our left, right, front, back. It's giving us a whole surround of our actual vehicle. So we can see that we parked right in between the lines, and in front of us, it's giving us a picture of the front of the parking spot, that little cement block there. So we could see how close we are to that. There's a red line there. If we want to pull forward, don't pull too far past the red line. You don't want to hit your car. So that's neat. We pop it into reverse. And then similarly, obviously you don't want to just take a look at the cameras. You want to use your mirrors and turn around and look and things as well. But it has the guide, and as you turn your wheel, the guide moves as well. So it lets you know where you're going and where your car's going to go. And then you can line up and park like that as well. So I know this is meant to be like a giant passenger type SUV. It could fit 7 people in here, but it does not drive at all like a giant bus. It's very responsive, very quiet. Oh, hey, check that out. There's underneath the dashboard, there's some light. There's a LED strip of lights underneath the dashboard going around.
Yeah, they're on the doors.
That's pretty awesome. So that's pretty cool. It has some, like an ambient light feature in here. It has the luxury in addition to the functionality. And somebody signed the windshield. Is that Mr. Mercedes or is that Mr. Benz? One of the two of them signed an autograph on the bottom of the windshield. Wow.
So what do you think?
Amazing, awesome vehicle. Now, before I hand over the keys though, do you have a few minutes to talk about some of the questions we had?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, first thing I want to ask you about were the lights. Noticed that there was a little bit something going on. Looks like more than just a regular projection headlamp. Could you tell us a little bit about those?
Of course. So with the intelligent lighting system, you'll find out a couple of things. First and foremost is the design of the headlamp. So this is actually designed to sort of mimic the predatory eyes of a hawk.
Oh, wow.
What they're going for here is both your daytime running lights, which act as sort of like the eyebrow of the lighting effects, as well as your primary headlamp and your high beam are sort of meant to almost mimic sort of like the eyeball in a way. What you'll also find is because this one has the advanced lighting package, it also gives you the active curve illumination that can go around bends, and it gives you the adaptive high beams, which can actually adjust the high beam angle for you as well when the cars are approaching.
Very cool. And then the other thing that's out here is up here on the windshield. Looks like somebody signed it.
Yes.
There's a signature. Can you tell me more about that?
That signature is of Gottlieb Daimler. He was an industrial engineer in Germany. He was actually the founding father of the internal combustion engine. He's actually the guy that kind of started all that technology and was working with Carl Benz in Germany at the time when Carl Benz was creating the automobile.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is very cool and nice, classy. Like, I like that. One more question we had was inside. All right, the other thing that we wanted to ask about, we were driving, we tested out the different modes, the different driving modes, and then I pushed this button, and there was some stuff on the front. It said like rising, lowering. What can you tell us about that?
So in addition to the dynamic select control, you also have these 4 buttons here which can do some vehicle adjustments. This one in the upper left that you mentioned will actually adjust the ride height. So if it's lit, you'll actually be racing the vehicle. If it's unlit, you'll actually be lowering the vehicle. You also too have a downhill speed regulator, so if you want to like coast down a steep hill without having to use your brake. The car in the box icon will pull up real-time vehicle data and engine data, and the button with the M on it will switch your automatic transmission over to manual and let you use the paddle shifters.
Wow, that's awesome. There's just so many features and so many things on this vehicle. We might have to do another video. We might have to do one of those favorite feature Fridays. So if we do, check out the description of this video to see if there's links to any further follow-up videos on this.
Now, when you're raising and lowering the vehicle, what do you mean by that? Is it hydraulic based or?
There is what's called 4MATIC air suspension. It is a air ride type of suspension where essentially you can adjust the ride height so that if you're maybe wanting to off-road, or maybe if you're even wanting like a lower ride height for more of a sport mode. Also too, this particular model doesn't have it on, but it is available on the GLS as well as on our GLE, is what's called the on-off-road package. A car equipped with the on-off-road package will have an additional control amongst these 4 buttons here. And what you'll then have the capability to do, it's a little dial, kind of like the switch here. You can actually program even more ride height adjustments. It's about 3 times as much of an adjustment up or down. So you can really dial in some serious off-roading.
All right, Anthony, thank you very much for allowing me to test drive this vehicle. It was an awesome experience. If you wanted to learn more about the 2017 GLS 450, check out SmailMercedes-Benz.com or call Anthony. He'll set you straight with any questions you may have. Check out the description of this video. We're going to have other videos to link on here to learn more information about it. If you want to hear any more information, get anything else, tell us what we did right, tell us what we did wrong, check out our comment section, leave that. We read all of our things and we appreciate all the feedback that we do get. This has been First Gear.
Thanks again, guys.